Yo, it's your boy Jay, and I'm here to say that I got another story time today. Okay, so like I said, I got a pretty good story time, as you can tell by the title. It's about the time where I walked in on me being cheated on. Yes, me. I told a previous story, link in the description. It's in the gameplay story times playlist, but I told a previous story on how, like this guy walked in on his girlfriend cheating on him at a party. And now I'm going to tell you about the time where I got cheated on. So, this takes place when I was 14, okay? This takes place not too long ago. But it was like early 14. Because like, I'd say around like the summer of 14, like when I was 14, I like had gotten another girlfriend. So this is before that girlfriend. So let's call this girl let's call her Bequisha. There we go, Bequisha. So let's call her Bequisha. So Bequisha, she was basically like one of them girls where it's like they were like always like so fun and loving and smile a whole lot and stuff like that. Like she was one of them type people. So it fit in perfectly with me because I was that same way. So both of us would be always smiling and all friendly with people and everything like that. But she took it too far. So this one day, basically, she said, "Oh, I'm going over to my friend's house," and I was like, "All right, cool." So she goes over to her friend's house, and we're still texting while she's at her friend's house. She's like, "Hey, my friend said you can come by if you want to," and I was like, "You know what? I don't think I'm gonna come by," because at the time I was hanging out with one of my friends, so I was just like, "I don't think I'm gonna come by." But basically, my friend, he got into like a little like argument with his mom, and his mom basically said, "Hey, you have to leave." So I was like, "Okay." So now I was like, "You know what? I'll go over there now." So, but I was like, "You know what? I should surprise her." So what I did was, like instead of like me telling her that I was gonna come over, I was just like, I'm gonna just go over there and surprise her. So I texted like the friend who she was like with, and I was like, "Hey, I'm coming over, but don't tell her." He was like, well, it wasn't a he, it was a she, but she's gay, so she want me, I don't know. But she basically was like, "Okay," and yeah, so I walk over there, and I'm like, "Yo, I'm about to go see my girl, blah blah blah," like everything lit. So while I'm walking over there, I remember like there was this guy who was like selling he was selling like roses or whatever, like on the side, like while I was walking there. And I remember I had like $2 or something, so I picked up like a rose, and I was like, "She'll like this or whatever," just being all nice boyfriend type, yeah. So I get up to the door, right? I knock on it, and nobody answers. So then I'm like, all right, like, cause knowing them, they probably got some music turned up or something. Like that's why they didn't answer. So I was like, I'm like, all right, they probably got some music or something. So I'm gonna just call them. I call her. Her phone goes straight to voicemail. So I'm like, her phone must be dead. I call the friend. She answers. She's like, "Oh, Jay, what's up?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm outside." She was like, all right. She's upstairs. I hope you don't mind, but like there are like more people over here. So I'm like, "Oh, really?" Cause usually they tell you like, "Oh, it's a lot of people over here," just in case like you came over on some like sad stuff or something like that. But I was like, "Oh, okay," cause I don't really care. I was happy. All I really wanted to do is just see my girl for a little bit and then go home. So I was like, "Okay." So she comes to the door. She opens the door. And when she opens the door, I was like, "So, where's Bequisha?" And she was like, "Oh, Bequisha, she's upstairs." And I was like, "Okay." And like I see like on the couch, like on the couch, it's probably like 3 other people, but She made it seem like. So I go to walk upstairs, and the one thing I remember is like while I was walking upstairs, I heard like a bedrock. Like I'm hearing like a bedrock. Mind you, Bequisha was 2 years older than me, so she was 16, I was 14. So I'm hearing a bedrock. And I'm like, alright, like they probably like laughing or something like that. Cause you know, sometimes you laugh and like you flop on the bed and the bed like kind of hits the wall or whatever. And I walk up, I put my hand on the door, and I open it. And like, I walked in on something I didn't expect to see, you know? I open it, and because this is YouTube, I can't really tell you all that happened. But, I can tell you a little bit about it. I walked in on her, and the dude had his meat in her mouth and was like thrusting her head into, so like the bed rocking was him thrusting like his meat in and out of her mouth. And like I seen this, and like because I've been cheated on before and a lot of times, I'm gonna be honest with you, I really don't get mad. Like usually, you know, boyfriends be like, nah, that's enough, ah! But that's not how it was. I was just like, I just looked, and I guess like the guy seen me and seen like the look of, oh, that's my girl, and he immediately like stopped. He was like, oh, I'm sorry, bro. And I remember like I just closed the door. I walked down the steps, and you know her friend was like, hey, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I'm like, nothing. Just give her this rose and tell her not to talk to me again. I walked out the door. I walked home. I'm not gonna lie, when I got home, I did shed like 2-3 tears. I'm not gonna lie. And I called my friend up. I told him what happened, and he was like, yo, that's crazy. Like, you know, he was basically just, you know, being a good friend, being a homie. He was like, yo, that's crazy. If you need somebody to talk to, I'm here, blah, blah, blah. She should have never done that to you, And, yeah. So, the next day, right? Because the next day we had school. I go to school. And like, me and Bequisha go to different schools. So, I go to school, and she basically, like, through text explains that she's sorry for cheating, blah, 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 and to give her a second chance. And, I politely told her to never talk to me again. And that's the story time. So, if you enjoy that story time, make sure you smash the like button, turn on post notifications, and subscribe. It's your boy Jay. I'm here to say that that's the story time for today. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video. Woo!